What up, guys? It's Rika, and let me answer questions. Okay. So I'm gonna be starting from the newest questions first, so top down. And wow, Ella asked a lot of questions. She asked like 10 of them. Okay, so the first question is, some anonymous asked, can you tell me more about your son? And I don't think I can answer this quite yet because there are a bunch of questions that ask about him, so it's going to be covered throughout this whole conversation. There are like 3 questions about him.
Your son's very popular.
I don't know. She doesn't. I don't know. Okay. And so, next question is by Frankie, and she asked, when will Toan finally be introduced to the members of the org? Like, at what age? And then she asked like a bunch of other questions. Holy crap. Okay, to answer first, he will be introduced to the members of the org at the age of 17 or 18, and he will leave the castle at age 15. So he'll have 2 years to explore the world and be like, hey, I know what this is, and I'm not a total dirt because I've been holed up in a room for 5 years.
Awkward.
Yeah, that awkward moment. It's like, what's a tree? Well, just kidding, it's not that bad, but you know. And his role around the castle will just be a regular member. Like, he's not going to tell people outright that he's JIXSEI's son. But people who do know will be like, hey, what's up, kid? Long time no see.
Mm-hmm.
Especially... go ahead.
I was just going to say, being pulled up in JIXSEI's room, like, doesn't exactly give him much to do, but I imagine, like, he just reads a lot.
Yeah. Then it also ties into his element. Or his fake element. Yeah, he doesn't enter the castle as a nobody. He's just like, hey, I have a new name in the kind of sorta element. Yeah, I'll explain that. I'll explain that later. But he doesn't lose his heart, ever. Yeah. Okay, will JIXSEI ever be extremely comfortable with him not being under her protection 24/7? Yeah, she'll be like, okay, he's like 35, it's time for him to... No, just kidding. No, she'll let go of him someday. Because she's not that selfish. Yet. And will JIXSEI ever approve of Toan and Trim? Yeah, someday. Any day. Okay, so, next question. Ella asked, how did JIXSEI and Rexian meet? Bro, you're asking about 2007. Gotta go back in time.
Oh my god, are you serious?
No, I'm just kidding. But it was back in 2007 when I think neither of them had joined the org yet. And they were like, hey, are you trying to get into the org too? Yeah, let's try to get in together. And then that's how they met. It was cute. They had ice cream and dates and shenanigans. God, this candy is really disgusting. I'm eating a piece of candy right now and it's gross. I should spit it out. Okay, I spit it out. Because then I was like salivating all over the place and I didn't know I was going to spray spit at the microphone. Okay. Span asked, would JIXSEI want to be Paxton's friend? What do you think?
Me?
Yes, you. Who else am I talking to? Myself?
I thought it was kind of more like, well, what do you think, Span? But I don't know Paxton all that well. Like, I really couldn't say.
Boo, you whore. No, I'm kidding.
Hey now, I don't... was Paxton here, like, before I left?
No.
No, okay. So,
You left, like, a long time ago.
Yeah. So I really couldn't say. Um, but I don't know. She's I don't know. I feel like since he participated in like the games, Pax and uh, Pax and Jixie would kind of have a little bit more, I don't know, to talk about, but um, compared to someone who like didn't participate, it's kind of like, would this character ever be Jixie's friend when I don't really do anything ever? So I mean, as long as Paxton keeps at it, I suppose, maybe.
I think that's very well said. Because I was like, well, there's a certain proving ground because she's a superior and she's like very work oriented. And if you do a lot of work, she's more willing to respect you as a member first before becoming friends with you.
Right.
So, work and then friends. But like eventually along the line, like if you're just not a total, derp face and totally disrespectful, then yeah, she's willing to be a friend in like sometime this lifetime. Okay, Ella asked, what's your favorite thing about Jixie's character? Oh, man, I have to think now. Let's see. I actually kind of liked the fact that I totally discarded her backstory from before she joined. Like, I just totally discarded that. So, like, her coming to being is a total mystery to everyone and to me.
Interesting.
So, she's not going to talk about it until I figure something out. I'm just like, because before it was pretty terrible. Like, I was like 15 years old, just figuring out how to make an OC and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was like really bad. Next question. Same person by Ella. Where does JIXSEI get her masks?
She makes them, doesn't she?
Yep. She makes them herself. Unless someone's feeling very generous and buys one for her. Or, makes one for her.
Right.
Because she has 36 masks, and 6 of them are gifts, and then 30 she's made herself.
I feel like you should eventually get around to, making a whole kind of map of all the masks she has.
I kind of started that on the meme that I filled out,
really?
Before, when she was still a castle manager, but I just was like, that's only how many of them? Let's count. I'll pull up that meme right now. Let's see. Load faster, please. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12 of them right there.
Remember that.
Only 34 to go. Jesus. Okay.
So let me pair that last question with another one of my own. Do all of JIXSEI's masks have certain powers associated with them, or have you thought about that at all? Because if you remember when I made that one shoddy birthday picture, and JIXSEI had a mask over Zarbek's face and he couldn't speak. I kind of made that up on the fly, but
I'd like to believe so, because that was the original idea I started with when I first joined. But some of the masks that have less practical uses are different. Some of them are just purely aesthetic, like the Manticore or the Halloween Town one, or the Trials or whatever. They don't have any effects or whatsoever. But for the ones that have special certain characteristics about them on the physical features, they're going to be handicapped. This one in the lower left corner, she's going to be blinded. And then the one with the giant eye, her vision is going to be greatly enhanced or something like that. And then the one with just teeth is more of an aggressive front. So not only is it like magic, it's also fighting strategies.
Oh, that's actually fun.
So she doesn't have to think. She's like, what strategy should I use? I'll just use this one and see if it works, and if it doesn't, I'll just switch it out. Okay, next question. Anonymous asks, what was Zalia's relationship with JIXSEI? Who asked these anonymous questions? Like, are you serious? Well, before Zaled, Zalia was one of JIXSEI's closest friends, and Zalia and JIXSEI had a crush on each other, and it was like this like cute thing, and JIXSEI would make Zalia hot cocoa, and Zalia would show her the underground gardens, which is now gone. They moved the gardens outside.
Oh, okay.
They were like, yeah, these plants need some sunlight.
Yeah.
So, and then Zaled came along, and then they got married, and then JIXSEI's like, I loved her first. Okay. Next question by Nina. Dear Superior, I always wondered, and I hope it's alright to ask, what happened to your arm? Okay. I kind of got this hammered out. Kind of. But, in character, JIXSEI will not tell you what happened to her arm, because it was like a top secret thing, and only like 3 people know. Right?
Yeah.
So, on a mission, there was a freak accident when she opened a portal, and this like lady came flying out of this portal and just was like, I'm going to kill you, and totally cut off JIXSEI's arm. For a good reason. Should I explain the reason now or later? Because there's
I don't know, feel free to do whatever you want.
Oh, no, there's a question about the woman. Never mind. Okay, I'll answer the rest of this question later.
Okay.
Okay, so next question. Is JIXSEI a particularly good mother? Why or why not? Yes and no, I guess. Like, she's good as, like, she's protecting him and keeping him safe and stuff like that. Like, a mother bear would. Touch my son, I'm gonna rip your chest cavity out. But she's not a good mother in the sense of teaching her son about morals and things, like what's right, what's wrong, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, because she's in such a position of power, she can do whatever she wants, and it'll be okay. So then he thinks whatever she thinks is okay is good, and whatever she thinks is not okay is bad.
Right.
What a terrible mother. Also, keep in mind that she picked up her son at the age of 10, so there are some things that he's known before, but
Right.
he's not, like, totally like, Mom, help me, I'm blind, or something.
I want some pizza.
No. Well, he eats whatever he wants, whatever. It's no big deal. Lau asked, I remember you mentioning a woman that had taken JIXSEI's arm. Who is she? Yeah, now I get to explain it. So, the woman who took JIXSEI's arm is an NPC that I've created for the sake of her backstory. And when JIXSEI was younger, she went on a heart-gathering mission. And JIXSEI was like totally stupid and totally didn't know that you had to gather hearts from heartless and not people.
Oh.
So JIXSEI ended up taking the heart of, I think, a young girl. And while she reaped the rewards, the mother of that young girl witnessed the whole thing and was driven absolutely batshit crazy. And is now, like, on this hunt to get revenge for her daughter. I don't know what happened to the daughter. I'm just like, NPC people or whatever. You're never gonna see them again. So, if you have blue eyes and black hair, and you're a female, JIXSEI is not going to like you at all.
Unfortunate.
That's too bad. I wonder if we have any black hair, blue-eyed people. We had one. I think it was like Xanatrit from Trinity Limit or something like that. JIXSEI did not like that girl.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, too bad, because she probably thinks I like hated her or something. Whatever. Yeah, I hope we don't have any like members that have blue eyes and black hair. That'd be very unfortunate for them. Okay, Ella asked, What's JIXSEI's favorite food? I don't know. I never thought about it. She doesn't eat anything, very much.
Yeah, she doesn't.
She suffers from malnutrition, I can tell you that. I don't know, I guess she likes chocolate, if that counts as food.
I suppose.
What a lame answer. And so, Ella asks, where did JIXSEI get her arm? There was this, like, huge chain of events that happened for this. But, where she got her arm is actually pretty controversial. Controversial. Shoal or soul? Controversial.
Something.
Whatever. Not important. It's bad. So when she came back from the mission, she was like missing an arm, and she went to Norexin, who was a superior at the time, and he was like, "Oh my god, what happened to your arm?" And she was like, "I lost it, can I get a new one?" And he was like, "I can't help you with that, so let me direct you to someone who can help you." And then so she ended up going from Norexin to Karaksama, who was one of her closest friends at the time as well. And Karaksama was like, "Okay, I can hook you up with an arm, but you're not gonna like where I'm gonna get your arm from." And she was like, "What?" And so they ended up going to a hideout away from the castle, and they met this nobody called Madnix. And Madnix was actually a rogue, which JIXSEI did not like, but it was like, put your differences aside if you're like an orc member or a rogue and get an arm, or you can go armless for the rest of your life. So she was like, "Okay, fine, truce," and then she got her arm. And she still takes it back there for maintenance, but it's like, she tries not to go very often. But it was like this crazy goose chase just to get a freaking arm. But the arm works.
Yeah. How, I guess, how exactly does it work? Because, or is it like some crazy black magic? Because I feel like something like that could possibly be engineered.
I think it's completely engineered. Like, there's no blood in the arm. That's why there's all this like red fluid in the joints. The red fluid proves that the joints are working. So, it's connected only by nerves. So whenever she gets cut, she doesn't really like feel the pain, but she knows that something's wrong.
Right.
And she can just like detach and attach it and whatever, just detach and throw her arm at people or something like that. What was the I forgot. My train of thought just derailed itself, but it's completely engineered. It's not black magic at all.
Okay.
So sometimes under, I think, about 3 tons of pressure, the arm will stop working. So it's meant to support a lot of like stuff.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Herp derp.
Herp derp. All right.
Herp derp.
Next question.
Ella again. I'm going to do the same thing I've done for everyone else and ask for at least 5 fun facts about JIXSEI. Just 5 things off the top of your head. Wow, really? Okay. JIXSEI has a small appetite. She doesn't eat a lot. She's 25. Getting kind of old. Kind of. No offense to older people in the org. I'm sorry. She gets like no sleep. Because if she's not working, she's playing with Toan. And if she's not playing with Toan, she's working. There's no sleep in that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So she wears makeup because she has like no sleep. So people don't know that she's like... She didn't wear makeup before.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, she kind of did, like the very, very first version, but then I took it out. I was like, that's disgusting. 5 facts. Let's see. That was only 3? Dang it.
I think so.
Dang, how am I supposed to... I don't even know. Like, I think everything's answered on the sheet already. There's nothing interesting about her. Let's see. She likes ice cream. Like, her favorite flavor is, like, chocolate mint chip and cookies and cream or cookie dough or something like that.
Interesting.
Totally random fact. What else is there? I don't even know. It's like 4. Just one more. I can get this over with.
Music?
Music. She enjoys classical and electronic.
Nice.
Classy, right?
Both, quite honestly.
Speaking of music, her themes are pretty weird. So, I don't even, never mind, I'm not going to talk about her themes, but whatever. It's on her sheet, just go look at it. And last question, since you brought Toan up for a subject, how about this? He's a human boy living in a room. He isn't the slightest bit curious about what's in the rest of the castle. Like, does he ever question why he can't go outside? Does he understand why? And why is he such a big secret from the rest of the organization? That was like 4 questions in one. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was like 4 questions. Okay, one at a time then. Toan is not... he is curious about what's in the rest of the castle, but he doesn't want to explore. Because he knows that it's bad to explore. He doesn't question why he can't go outside. Because JIXSEI said no. She said, don't ever leave this room unless I specifically tell you that you can. And he understands why. I guess. Well, I mean, like, why as in, like, reasons why he can't go outside? Or, like, why JIXSEI says he can't go outside? I have a Skype message. I guess he... I don't even know how to answer it.
Why you can't go outside, or?
No, I can answer that part, but...
Yeah.
Well, Toan, I think I have to explain a little about him first, because there's a reason why he chooses not to, like, go against JIXSEI's word, because as a child, I think around the age of 8, his real mother, left him and had an affair with, like, some other man and, like, ran away, leaving him with, I think, a governor's level of power and no mother figure, no father figure, 1 butler, and a 2-acre estate. And so he was so traumatized by her leaving, so he's, like, been desperately looking for this, like, mother figure. And then now that JIXSEI's stepped into his life as a mother figure, he's clinging onto her, like, he's doing everything he can to please her and to not let her go.
Right.
So, in order for, like, for her not to be disappointed in him, or, like, have this, like, slightest opportunity for her to leave his life, he's doing whatever he can to, like, keep her happy.
No.
So he's like, "Mommy, don't leave me." So it's kind of sad, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, blame the mother. I mean, like, she's just a streetwalker or something. He doesn't understand exactly why JIXSEI keeps him there, but since she says that he can't go outside, he's just like, okay, I can't go outside. Okay, then. So he just stays in her room, just, like, reading and playing games, and people come to visit and play with him. She gets babysitters, like Zarbag and Zalej. Who else? I think over time, Zalej and Toan developed this really healthy relationship. And, you know, he calls him uncle, and maybe Yivix comes around and babysits. He calls her Auntie Titties. Stuff like that. But he's happy whenever JIXSEI comes around, and JIXSEI tries to spend as much time with him as possible. And why is he such a big secret from the organization? For one, it's a security thing, and 2, because it'd be hypocritical if the fact was revealed. there was a rule established once children were born from some of the nobodies that the children could not stay at the castle. And because JIXSEI enforced this rule that children could not stay at the castle, she begged Zledge to let her keep him there because it was the only way that she could keep an eye on him and keep him safe at the same time. Because I know some people would pretty much hate her if they found out that, you know, she had her son staying at the castle and things like that. She also keeps him a big secret. She's not flaunting the fact that she has a son because someone might take his heart. While people say that they might not, you know, even think of the idea, she's still extremely worried about who she can trust and who she cannot trust. Because she's been through so much, like, backstabbing and trauma, and, like, people leaving her, like, the whole Rose of Axiom incident, left her just totally crazy, I guess. So she's just, like, not sure who she can trust and who she can't. So she's like, you might take Toan's heart, I can't trust you.
Right.
And she doesn't know who knows that woman with the blue eyes and the black hair, and she's afraid that if the fact gets out that there's a human staying at the castle, then that woman might use him as an upper hand or like a playing card or something like that to get her objective. And sad things, just sad things. But yeah, that's all the questions, with mostly Rika talking.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. This thing is like 27 minutes. I hope you know that, right?
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not gonna edit this because I thought it was really fun to do this. So
I enjoy this.
I'm gonna end this, and people are gonna have to sit through 27 minutes of this. Thank you guys for listening, and I guess I'll see you around.
Right.
Say bye. Say bye.
See ya.
Peace out.